Hey y'all, this is Jessica with Bless Your Heart. Let's do a snow globe tumbler today. We're going to start out with this 25-ounce acrylic tumbler from Hog. Got it from the Stainless Steel Depot. And we're going to waller out a little hole in the bottom of it because this did not come already ready for us. You want to make sure that you do not hit that inside wall. To help contain the glitter mess, we are going to double up this painter's tape and make kind of like a little funnel barrier to hold our glitter in. For the glitter today, we're going to use Peachy Olive Glitters, Jojoba, Jungle, and Prickly Pear. And we're going to end up using the glitter guy Olaf for just a little something else. To start my glittering of the inside, I do like to put a little bit of my fluid in there. Now for my fluid, I just use distilled water and clear glue, whatever ratio you like. The thicker you want it, the more it's going to kind of just suspend. So once I get a little bit of my liquid in there to kind of help with air bubbles at the bottom rim, I start with what is the chunkiest. And I just kind of tap, tap, tap all that in there, move on to the mid, and then I do put a little bit of fine in there just to kind of give us some floaters that are always going to be in that liquid. Once I'm happy with the amount of glitter that I have on the inside of the cup, I start filling it with my liquid. And I will shake it time to time just to see how it's all falling and check out my flow. Now this is the clear glue that I mix with my distilled water for all of my fluid. When I do what I hope is my final shake and I just kind of see how that bubble's going to float around, I will let it gas off for a few minutes, and then I go in and with that little bitty bubble, I just kind of dot some of that fluid in there if I need to. Now to seal my hole, I use double-sided tape. I just place it over the hole, kind of seal it as best I can, and I'm going to go in and fill that little bottom reservoir up with some Fast Set and Prickly Pear. I'm going to fill all of that in and make sure that I cover that hole up really well, and then I'm going to move on to the lid that you see right there, and we're just going to try to keep everything cohesive and nice and sparkly. When I get those covered, I'm going to hit them with my torch and I'm going to put them on a nice level surface. Once that dries, I'm going in with my peekaboo part of this, and I'm going to use these leaves that I got off of Creative Fabrica, and this is just Hobby Lobby's Stencil Vinyl. So I'm going to place them where I want them and get ready for the next step. Stencil vinyl is generally pretty sticky, but you do want to go in and burnish that down really well. That's going to help you not get your lines and bumps and stuff like that, that whatever you're going to do on top of the peekaboo could get under. That way you don't have to do a whole lot of cleanup afterwards or anything like that. So do go in and kind of press that vinyl down, get a good seal, but since it's not permanent, in theory, it will come up pretty easy for you. Over my peekaboos, I'm going to do the tack it method, and I'm just going to use, I think this is Mr. Fancy Pants tack it, and I'm going to do 2 coats of the glue, letting it dry completely in between, and then I'm going to go in with Booth's Design and Supply glitter in the color Serene. Once that second layer of the glue has completely dried, it will be completely clear. And I'm going to go full coverage, top to bottom, side to side with this glitter. I'm going to clean up my little dump pile and I'm going to get to burnishing this glitter down. You're going to be able to see that nice shiny smoothness come through, and our peekaboos are just going to pop out too. So once we get that done as smooth as you need it, we're going to go in and use our little weeder tool here, and we're going to pick up all of that stencil vinyl that we laid down, and we're going to show that glittery liquid on the inside. Once we get that done and we check out our handiwork, let's move to that handle. I'm going to use the exact same prickly pear that I have used on that reservoir on the bottom and on the top of the lid. I'm just going to go in with the glitter glue. I'm going to do a good coat of this, sprinkle that glitter on, let it get dry, and then we are going to seal everything in with a good layer of epoxy. Once this coat of epoxy is dry enough to do whatever we need to do with it, we're going to go in and outline our leaves. I'm just using this real pretty holographic pinky orange kind of glitter. And I do put a little piece of white something in there just so I can see where I need to be laying my outlines. I'm going to go leaf by leaf, and I'm going to try my best to have everything line up as smoothly and nicely as possible. Now, when I get to this big leaf, I do things a little bit different. I know that it is kind of trying to take it all off of that backing at the same time, but for some reason in my mind, I just thought this would work better. And as you can see here, it doesn't. I have to put a little bit of that backing back on. So I end up just cutting in between all those leaves and going piece by piece and putting that, making sure that those outlines line up with the peekaboo part as cohesive as possible. It is not going to be perfect, and you shouldn't strive for perfection. You should strive for balance. This is art. None of it is perfect. Once we have all the outlines how we like them, we are going to check out our handiwork and make sure we like it, and then we're going to epoxy until smooth. And here we go. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.